Okay, I'm now in front of the front left tire, and this is where the two horns are located. You can also see around goes the cooling line for the power steering fluid. So often they start to rust severely around these brackets. Make sure that you put some oil and grease on them, because once they've disintegrated, it will be super hard to find a replacement, because they're all in bad shape now. And you can definitely not drive these cars in hot temperature without having these coolant lines. So yeah, apart from that, I will now take off the horns, replace them, and then see how it looks and if they work. The CD changer is in place now. I used the original mounting brackets, of course. Cable just goes behind the panel. I will put in the cartridge. So you can see now if I push button it would come up, which it was not doing before. Okay, also lubricated this flap here. It's super smooth. So let's check that out if that works. Additionally, I'm also going to try and add this original amplifier. It's the 40 watt version, 4 times 40 watts. It's sitting behind the radio, I guess, or below the ashtray, somewhere there. That's the original harness. It's just sitting in between. It's not that easy to get. These amplifiers you can get here and there, but the harness is the difficult part. So here I have the original CR905. That was the second in line. The top model was the SC801. The SC801 is the double DIN radio. Apparently this is supposed to have better parts within it, and subsequently produces better sound. Only to the CR905 and the SC801 you could add the original 40 watt amplifier, but still the SC801 is supposed to make or have a better sound. So let's see if eventually at one point in time I come by a good used one, then I might replace this CR905. Also interesting that actually you had to order all the loudspeakers separately ex-factory. So you had the front doors, the dashboard, the rear doors, and the parcel shelf. And each of those 4 sets you would have to order separately. But those on the parcel shelf were actually supposed to be like a bus version, so they produce 45 watts. They are also quite large compared to the other loudspeakers. They're also rather expensive, so it's not that easy to come by. I would like to also add those. So if I'm lucky, I can obtain a good set that is still in working condition. Once I have the amplifier in place, these additional loudspeakers on the parcel shelf, and upgrade to the SC801, then I've really reached like the maximum, the maximum setup that you could get in the 960. So another mission accomplished. I was able to actually change the light bulb of the cigarette lighter. Yay, that looks awesome. Put this back in place. Super cool, nice. Seat heating works. This one works. It appears to be a bit bright, but it's what it is. And after changing the height adjustment, the fog lights broke. So that's cool. But there's absolutely no place in here to actually place an amplifier. So I now managed to install the amplifier. It's now sitting right behind here between the steering column and the heater core. Cable is a bit short actually to reach the radio, but there's really no other position where this thing could be placed. So at higher volumes you can definitely feel the difference. I think the tone is clearer and more precise, but at lower volumes you don't really hear a difference at all.